Hey, what's up? Ian here, and this is the TRUTHEAR X Crinacle 0 BLUE2, and it's retailing at $75 US. It's available on Central Audio's website. Do check out the unaffiliated link in the description below. Now, this is not new to me. I reviewed the past two versions of the Zero. And I have it right here, the original version, which is the original Zero Blue, and of course I have the Zero Red. Alright, so in this video I'm not going to just go into details for this Zero BLUE2. Instead I'm going to compare it with what I have and share with you guys what I feel is an improvement on these IEMs. Okay, but before I do that, let's just go through the accessories real quick. So this is the box, and there's some specs at the back here, so let me just go through it. It's a dual dynamic driver IEM, similar to the predecessors. It's a 10mm plus a 7.8mm dynamic driver. The diaphragm is silicone suspended LCP, PU LCP composite diaphragm. Impedance is 5.8 ohms, sensitivity is 119, and the frequency range is 9 to 41,000 Hertz. Well, the effective range is 20 to 20,000 Hertz. Now, inside the box, obviously, you get your user guide and your warranty card and a postcard of Ryui, and then you get a pouch, a leather pouch, similar to the original, and you get two types of tips. One is the silicone tip and the other is the foam tips. I'm not really a fan of foam tips, but some people like it. For me, it's quite troublesome for me to take it out of my ear and to put it back in. Right, and the cable. Cable is a 2-core braided cable, silicone cable. And it's pretty nice actually. It's a good improvement from the original. As you can see, the original is quite flimsy. Alright, but this time around is sturdier, and it feels nicer to touch anyway. It looks aesthetically nicer as well. It's terminated with a 3.5 headphone jack and wide split and the chin slider, and the ear hooks are nice. Right, ear hooks are nice and firm. It's not too soft, not too flimsy as well. It's overall very nice to touch. Okay, so and also this impedance adapter or base adapter, which is a 5 ohm adapter. Original, when with the TRUTHEAR Red, it came with this 10 ohms, as you can see, and 10 ohms actually muddies out the base, but now it comes with this 5 ohms adapter, which makes the bass prominent, improved, and it sounds much better. Okay, so this is a much improved adapter in my opinion. Okay, and I think in terms of design and build quality, I don't need to go through that because it's actually pretty similar. In fact, if you don't tell me which is which, I wouldn't know, right? And the only way I can tell the difference is the cable, right? On top here, you do get everything that's similar. Okay, it's just that the shell on the original Zero Blue is a little bit more transparent than this BLUE2. Okay, but other than that, I would say it's very similar in terms of design and build quality. Okay, same for the red. I think there's not much difference. It's just that this is easier to differentiate because one is red, one is blue. Okay. Alright, so in terms of the sound, let's talk about just talk about sound. So let me just put this one side, and overall, in terms of the one thing I missed out is the nozzle. So they have improved the nozzle and reduced it because I think a lot of people complained about it. So if you look at the original, the diameter of it is smaller in terms of the lip. Okay, so one is 6.8 and the other is 6.2, so it's a little bit smaller, which is quite visible, and comparing it to the original red, as you can see, is also quite chunky, and this is the new and improved nozzle of the BLUE2. Okay, I'm not too sure if you guys can see, but yeah, it's definitely smaller, right? Right, so let's talk about the sound. First, let me show you guys the graph. Okay, so let me just put this back, and I'll show you guys the graph over here. Okay, so over here there are three lines. The first line is actually the lowest one over here is the Harman target. Okay, the line just above that, which is the orange line, is the 02 BLUE2. Okay, and the line just above that is with the impedance adapter, or with the bass boost, or the 5 ohms. Okay, so you get about 5 dB of bass boost, all the way from 20 hertz all the to about 5 to 600 hertz. Okay, and as you go out, it reduces just like a bit. Okay, so in terms of without the bass boost, let's talk about the sound without the bass boost. This is very harmonious. So Crin tuned it very close to Harman, and the overall sound is very balanced. Right, sounds very harmonious. Let me just put this up here a little bit. Okay, I think that should be fine. So it's very harmonious, and overall I would say this curve here, in terms of the sub bass, is very extended, and Crin has already tuned it to give it more sub bass extension. The rumble is I can feel it, I can hear it. It's much more weightier, and the overall tone is warmer as well. I mean, the red is actually pretty warm, but this is much more warmer and much more fun, actually, if you ask me. So overall, the sub bass is a welcome change, and overall a very nice extension, and the note weight as well. Mid bass is also improved, well improved. It's not tucked. I mean, it's a little bit in a way tucked, because Crin has boosted up the mids a little bit, but in a way it's still a very fast and impactful mid bass. Okay, as compared to the original Blue, which I have right here. I'm just going to show you. This is the original Blue. So if you look at the original Blue, okay, which is the blue line, the sub bass was tucked, or well, I mean, it does not have that extension, but with this Blue, this BLUE2, the extension is really good. All right, and that's what I see and what I hear as well. The green line, by the way, is the red. Okay, just for context. So if you look at the Blue, all right, the original Blue, it tucks quite significantly as compared to the new and improved BLUE2. So in terms of the sub bass, I would say this is actually much more satisfying, if you ask me, in terms of the bass shelf. Okay. Now let's talk about the mids. Mids is actually forward, and much more forward than the original Blue and Blue and Red, right? Original Blue and Red. So it's forward, at the same time it's got that clarity and overall engagement when it comes to the mids, especially for male vocals. So it's again a welcome change to me for the overall mids as well. Now the biggest change, or well, not the biggest, but one of the outstanding changes that I noticed is actually the treble. Okay, so and the peanut gain as well. So the peanut gain and the treble, if you look at this line again, the blue line is actually the original Blue, and then the green line is actually the red. Okay, and the orange line is the new BLUE2. So if you look at the peanut gain to the treble, the original Blue was more energetic. Okay, it was more energetic, it's more intense, which is pretty close to Harman. Okay, but I think some people feel that it's a little bit too intense, too in your face, too honky, whatever name you want to call it, but people didn't like it. All right, so what Crin did was that he reduced it on the red, and he maintained it with this BLUE2. Okay, so if you look at this line here, it's actually a very decent smooth peanut gain to the treble. Now, the treble. The treble is a if you ask me, comparing to the blue and the red, the original, this is the best tuning for the treble. So it's reduced in a very nice way. So it dips down. Let me just show it to you without all that noise. So it dips down right here. So when it comes to the peanut gain, it's a very smooth transition from the peanut gain to the treble from the mids, and once it comes to the treble, it's dipped down very smoothly and very evenly, unlike all the unevenness, especially for the original. It tapers down just by a bit. Still, it's got weird peaks and all that for the original, but for this new and improved treble, does not have that weird peaks, and in fact is very smooth down to the treble. So it brings down the sharpness, the overall sibilance, and what you get is a very smooth treble, pretty dark one. All right, to me the sparkle is there, but it's a pretty muted sparkle. But that's what people want, right? I mean, it's not just Crinacle. I think a lot of other brands are going with this type of treble tuning. But the good thing is that what Crin did was he spiked up back the brilliance, which brings back the airiness and the openness and the extension of the treble, which we don't get on the red. Especially the red is a pretty dipped down type of treble, so you get a very dark response and very muted kind of treble, but the extension of this BLUE2 I would say outshines the other two tuning. Okay, so that's the overall tuning of this BLUE2 comparing to the other two predecessors. And if you ask me, overall listening experience on this, I would say this BLUE2 has refined it. You know, Crin has refined the tuning, and as you know, we learn from our mistakes and learn from our experiences, and like Crin has done that. He has learned how, what people like, what people don't, and especially for gaming as well. This has much more improved sound and technical performance as compared to these two. They are still great, don't get me wrong, they're still great for gaming and listening to music, but this is much more improved than these two other versions. Alright, so in my opinion, if you don't not have any of Crinacle's red or blue, I would suggest not to get them, skip them, and get this directly, BLUE2, which is a much more improved version of the other two. Alright, that's my overall thoughts and opinions about this TRUTHEAR X Crinacle Zero BLUE2. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys have a great day ahead, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.